By most indications, ArtPrize came off without a hitch.
But nothing that made it a success happened by accident.
24-hour News 8's Joel DeFurgy in front of the grand prize entry with more on one of the people who helped make ArtPrize run. Joe?
Yeah, Susie, all those people that came down to ArtPrize over the last 17, 18 days, this is, of course, just a small example of what they saw. We're talking about the Field of Reeds, the John Douglas Powers entry, one of the top 10, and, of course, as you mentioned, the big winner right here, Rand Ortner's Open Water number 24. But what they didn't see was some of the artistry that went into cutting through all the bureaucratic red tape to make this happen. Take over 1,200 pieces of art, draw a 3-mile district to display them, some involving public property, on top of a bridge in the middle of the river. Now, creating the art is one challenge. Getting through the jumble of rules and regulations so the work can be displayed is quite another. And that's where recently retired Grand Rapids City Manager Kurt Kimball came in.
The impacts on the city were really significant. There's probably a dozen city departments that had to get into the act and to participate and cooperate to pull this off. We're used to having festivals in the heart of downtown for 2 or 3 days, but for something that encompassed 3 square miles, impacted 5, 6, 7 neighborhoods, and lasted for 18 days was sort of extraordinary.
Kimball was one of the many people behind the scenes who helped pull off ArtPrize. The longtime city manager retired at the beginning of the year. Now an independent consultant, Kimball became ArtPrize's hired gun, or perhaps more appropriately, hired scissors, the guy who knows how to cut through all the red tape.
I wanted to find something similarly fulfilling, less consuming, that would make a positive difference in the life of the city, and I found it in ArtPrize.
As city manager for 22 years, Kimball navigated the often choppy political waters at City Hall, a rare tenure for such a position. He was well aware of the challenges ArtPrize presented.
Everything from working with the artists who wanted to encroach on city property to making sure the fire department had a heads up on where the venues were going to be and making sure that they were safe for public assemblage.
While Kimball may have opened the right doors for ArtPrize, he credits the people at City Hall for their ability to provide what in many cities may have taken a year or more to accomplish. He says it's part of the culture he helped create when he was there.
It happened here for a lot of good reasons, because I think in Grand Rapids we know how to embrace wonderful new things. We do get to yes.
And Kimball tells me he hopes to be invited back to work for ArtPrize next year. Back to you.